combat. Hey, and we're live. Oh, I was gonna pull it up on my phone too. Hello, welcome to D&D and D&D. Honestly, I was just saying welcome. Hey everybody. No, I'm not doing that either.
Run it back. Keep it going.
How many intros can we do real quick?
Another.
Welcome. Nah, forget that one too.
Hi, everyone.
Nah, not doing any of that. But hey, we're playing D&D. Let's play some D&D. If you want to check us out, we're here on Wednesdays. We're not here next week, but we're here on Wednesdays. We have an error occurred apparently when I was trying to watch our video.
I'm doing the same thing right now. I don't know what's going on.
Isn't that weird? I'm trying to get to it. I'm trying to get to it on my phone so that I can just have it open. There we go. Okay, now I'm on. We play on Wednesdays, around 8:39ish. That's when we start. If you want to check it out, the last ones are still, I think, are in the VODs. You can watch those. They're also on YouTube. I've uploaded the last two onto YouTube. Heralds of Homebrew. Our info is all listed in the bios of that. There's a Linktree for Heralds of Homebrew. It's got everything there too. But we're gonna play some D&D. Catch up from last time. You guys made it. You finished off at the beginning of the wall. You got to the first wall in the first episode. You finished like opening the gate to get your stuff through. Eric has a career trying to play his content. Whatever. I don't know. It's live. I'm pretty sure. So
yeah, I'm watching
my phone. Okay, good. My phone keeps saying, "No, you're not. No, you're not." So I don't know. But so you guys made it through the gate. You got your stuff through the gate. You continued on to like what looked like a rundown farmstead, with like a weird structure in front of it. When you started to go into the farm to explore a little bit or try to hunker down for the night, you kind of noticed there was like some giant folk, or at least a giant folk, in this thing, and you heard some weird noises you thought were some crazy things going on. You weren't sure quite at the time. And then you decided, you woke up the next morning, you kind of explored in there, you found some things in the basement, some stores and stuff. Continued on the next morning, you were about to leave and head down the road to continue to the next wall, when some more giant folk kind of showed up, and you found out they were like herding these different creatures into this one containment area, fought the giants, slayed one of the giants, and caused some chaos to make all the animals go nuts. So that way you were able to kind of escape and carry on from there. And that's where we pick up. You guys are traveling on. You're on kind of like a stony, dirt-ish road. I can't get the stream to work for me at all. So if you guys see something happen, let me know. I can try to fix it from this side. But you're on this like dirt, stony-ish road or whatever, and you're traveling on to the next wall. You can still see it in the distance, but it is a distance. This is kind of very open farmlands, with the occasional you see like a creature roaming off in the distance or something like that, but nothing that's causing any sort of danger or anything at this time. And you can see the wall, and it'll take you the rest of today to get to that wall. That's where we pick up. What would you like to do?
Torsten, I don't know if you noticed that mammoth that was inside the walls over there. I cast little magic, and I gave it a little wink, and I think it really likes you, and maybe we'll see it in the future. So that's a little gift from me to you. Fingers crossed something comes of that.
I wanted to tame that mammoth.
I know. I saw your eyes.
Awesome.
I know. I saw you look longingly at it, and then you looked longingly at me, and I knew that was a request for me to do something, and I did. So, again.
So,
fingers crossed.
So you think we might see that? We might see that mammoth again?
I don't know. Fingers again. I've done my part.
Okay.
Rest be with fate, as it were. So, a little treat for you.
Love that.
Dross is real curious. In the bag that you got off that giant, I'm pretty sure you grabbed a satchel last week or something off of him while you were running Mast. Have we opened that yet?
Yeah. I feel
like we haven't opened it.
I don't think we have.
Did you want to open that up?
I do.
Right on. So last when we left off,
yeah, you're right. I never did.
Right on. So are you still riding on Wentworth, or are you kind of just like have him dismissed again and you're chill? Okay.
I'm still on him, still mounted.
Perfect. Feel free to open up the bag, and I mean, you don't
Josh,
really
I
have to
appreciate you reminding me. Let's open it
roll
up.
anything in
Go.
there. Yeah,
See
so you have the bag. It was fairly large. It was like, I mean, a giant sized like hip like bag. You would think for you like a leather pouch would be something small you'd kind of have on your side, but this one was large because it was giant size. Um, Inside of it there is a like a rolled up piece of paper that's kind of rough paper, but it's fairly big too. But it's like a rough piece of paper. There is, hold on, I wrote it all down. There's a massive like iron key, like an old
Oh.
looking key, like a big old looking key. And then
Yeah.
you get past those things, and kind of the biggest thing that you see in there, you're like, oh man, this is crazy. But you pull it out, and it's like a giant like egg, not an egg from a giant, but a large sized egg, and it's still like it feels warm and it's intact. But that's what.
Does anyone know if mammoths lay eggs?
I love that.
They do. They do indeed.
That's good.
Well, there you go.
That's good.
I looked at Dross and I'm like, Dross, this looks eerily familiar. Last time we held eggs. What's going through your mind?
Double audio on accident.
You know, I'm kind of tired of eggs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm assuming this is a dinosaur egg. I mean, maybe it's not, but it seems like it probably is.
Am I able to roll like a history or something to see like what possible species this is?
If you want to roll, you can roll either I would say either history or like nature to see if you know, whichever you feel like you'd want to roll on that.
Well,
I have
nature.
A +3 on nature. Do you have a +3 on nature?
Oh, we're finding out what this is.
Oh man,
that's a 14.
14.
Mammoth
Okay,
boys.
okay. Mammoth egg. There it is. So you kind of look over the egg, and it's like a dark, I would say almost like a very dark blue. And there's some slight patch to it that's like a little bit of like a dandelion, almost yellow coloration to it as well. You're not 100% sure exactly what creature's in there, but gauging just kind of off of what they were doing in there, what they were messing with, and the general feel of this egg and what you've known in the past, you think it might be something dinosaur-ish or along those lines. I guess dinosaurs would be more for like us, but like in description, like something like that, maybe like reptilian.
Yeah. Hey gang, hey boys, hey gang. I think we got a live one. Does anyone know what to do next?
You gonna fry that boy up, or we got a day's travel.
I have a magic barbecue, and I don't know. We could
I'm just saying that's a big meal for a lot of folk, and we have an extra horse to feed right now.
So I hold the egg.
That's good.
And I look at Dross, and I look back at the egg and I go, "Holy shit, I'm a dad."
Okay.
All right. Is that yours? You laid that?
All right, Last of Us guy over here.
Crazy.
Yeah. Like, does anyone in the group have any like insight or knowledge as to what the correct next step is? Because obviously you said it's warm, so I'm assuming we need to keep it somewhat incubated. Is the bag or claw or whatever it is, backpack, is that like insulated somehow, or
not really?
It's warm.
No, you think the giant probably found this, just kind of shoved it in his side pouch. Okay. It seems a little sturdier than a normal egg, so it's not gonna like just shatter right out the gate, and that's probably why it was able to clank around in there with his keys and like.
That's right, the key.
Yeah, so it seems fine. But yeah, no, it does. The bag's not special in any way.
You might want to just lay that out in the grassy field, and we move on. Let nature take its.
Dross is like no side quests, nothing. He's like, we have a point. I love it.
Dross
I
is
love
egged
it.
out.
I would like to ask the traveling companions if they have any insight, any advice on what we should do with this egg that is still warm.
Well, Jackson's always been real good at nesting and sitting on things, and he'll build himself a little grass coop in the back of the box.
Yeah,
So if you want to throw it in the back of the box,
Okay.
he'll sit right on and keep it warm if you want. He'll sit right on you and keep you warm if you want. I wouldn't suggest it. He gets real. Anyways, throw it in the
Yeah.
back. It'll be there.
Okay. Caspian, any ideas?
Not an egg man.
We've got a moist lizard who can take grass poop and sit on it. Apparently, I'm
You know
at a
what? I'm gonna
loss
take Jack's.
for
Perfect.
words.
I'm gonna-
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Jackson up on that very generous offer. Hand the egg over to you and extend my gratitude. And
If it
like,
ends up being a
here you go,
dragon,
Uncle
I'm out.
Jackson.
I'm out.
Or-
The dragon
Safe
pops
bet,
out of
safe
that
bet.
egg. Dross is just leaving.
Safe
Jackson's,
bet.
Jackson's already made a nest in the back that he was sitting on, and he scoots aside and like curls up around it.
is that what that
Aw.
smell is?
I wouldn't put it past him. Yeah, that tracks.
Oh my goodness!
He did eat what did he eat? Like rotten skern last time we played.
Oh
so-
yeah, the bug.
Yeah.
All that, and you can see him in the back.
Oh.
You know how
He's
like
definitely got the squirts for a little bit.
You know how like mother like
Oh
cats and like their
no!
kittens. You see Jackson back there like licking the egg and like covering it in, like
Mhm.
saliva.
Oh,
You know
that's
what?
cute. Right on.
Onward.
Other than that, other than that, in the bag you find just some like minuscule little like mushrooms, like a small pouch of salt. But other than that, there's just not much in there.
Do we see
Okay.
kind of like anything else between us and the wall? Are there any like structures or like trees or anything, or is it literally just like an open field for as far as the eye can see?
If you want to give me a perception check, you can.
Oh gosh, golly!
I love perception
Oh,
checks.
actually,
It's my favorite.
middle of the road, flat 10.
10. All right. No major structures. Other than like here and there, you'll see like maybe a storehouse or a barn or like just something that's like, and the like most of the structure of them are like destroyed or like run down. And you can basically assume what they were used for is like livestock or just holding grain or some sort of like food storage. But other than that, a couple of fences, a few fields, maybe some overgrown tall plants, weeds that have like taken over these fields. But no, it seems like a pretty straight shot on this road to get to the next wall.
Brom relays that. It's like, well, folks, clear skies ahead. Ain't nothing going on for the next day and a half. So I don't know, go to bed or something. Catch a long rest for the next 8 hours.
All right. Is there anything you guys want to do while you ride on this journey? Nada. Cool. All right. Sweet. So yeah, it's pretty clear. Like I said, there's the occasional wandering creature, but nothing that's of note. You're able to just kind of travel throughout the rest of the day. And when you hit about evening, since it is pretty unimpeded, when you hit about evening, almost nightfall, you can see that by the time you get to it should be time to like hunker down, you'll be like right at the wall. And when you start getting closer to that wall, you can see that where this road leads, it would lead to normally like a gate like structure like the one before. But this part of the wall is actually kind of just ripped out. And there's just a big like break there. And there's actually no gate in front of this wall anymore. And you can, but I mean, I was gonna say you can see, but you can't because it'll get kind of dark by the time you guys get up there. But yeah, you'll probably reach the wall when it's time to like maybe call it for the evening. The music got real intense, so I couldn't even hear myself for a second.
How you said the last wall was like 20, 25 feet ish. Is this one the
Mhm.
same height, or is this one do they progressively get larger as we go in?
No, it's about the same. It's about the same height. But yeah, no, it's about the same height.
And you said there was a break in it. Is that when you said there was no gate, or did I mishear you? Okay.
Yeah. Though there where there would be a gate, it's kind of just
Okay.
destroyed. Yeah, this area is mostly rubble. It might be hard to get in. It'll just take a little bit of time to get in with everything, but like you're just traversing over rubble to get through here.
At least we won't repeatedly fail strength checks trying to turn the wheel like last
That's
time.
valid.
There you go.
Funny
There
is
you
there
go.
was a gate
Great.
here, and then he was like, "We got to get rid of that gate."
No,
He's like, "I
he
don't
did.
want to
That's
repeat."
I had to remove the gate. I
Gotta go.
destroyed the gate afterwards. It was like, all right, whatever. None of these checks trying to open a gate anymore.
All right. So do we
but
feel
yeah,
we should
like-
do oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just gonna repeat myself, so you're good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, should we do a long rest before we continue into the castle?
Yeah.
I'm
think so.
technically still down on health right now.
So do we sleep on top of the wall to make sure nothing's coming up over the other side? I have enough spider climbs to get a couple more people on the top. We'd probably camp up there.
You don't think there's any like enemies on the other side that if we climb they would see us?
I mean, if they were on the top, they'd see us anyways. So as long as we're
Well, I mean-
sneaking looking over, you know.
Fair enough.
Either way works. Says Bromwood.
You guys tell me what you like to do. So, and if you want, when you get close, you can start giving me like checks of some sort. If you want to do perception checks to see if there's anything around or
Yeah. Can I do
what
a
you see
perception
when you
check
get close.
Of the wall, see if there's
Yeah.
anything moving or anything. All right,
For
let's
sure,
see
for sure.
what we got here. Perception. 12.
12. Okay. It's like dark now at the point you guys reach here. You don't see any movement like on the wall. If you look through like the giant, like where it's broken, you can see. So as I described before when we were playing, this wall kind of separated the farms and the forest and the lake from the actual like inner city part. And this is where like buildings and structures and there was a once thriving town here. You can see signs of those buildings. You can also see signs of like large creatures moving through this town. So there's still active things moving around in there. On or around the wall, you're not seeing much of anything. It seems pretty plain Jane, nothing really going on. And up against the wall, even like on this area, it's just like there's not a lot of movement. But inside, definitely some movements.
Jackson relents.
Well-
He's like, well, maybe it is a good idea to not climb the wall, you know? Maybe he had a good idea. Maybe we stay on
Also,
this side of
spawning
it.
little spider legs out of me is just not something I really. right before
The
bed.
spider legs.
Not
Jackson
right
look-
before bed.
Jackson looks over and he's already done it or Brom looks over and he's already done it to Jackson. So Jackson's in the nest with like these like slithery little spider legs like wrapped around the egg.
Ugh, no.
And
Dang.
Brom's like, that's some good work.
Nice.
Do we make a fire? I feel like no. I don't feel like we want to light the beacon, but it's also dark and spooky, so I don't know.
I cast fireball in the air.
Oh, jeez.
Well, there you go. There we
Okay,
have it.
alerts
All right, now
everyone.
we can build a fire. Yeah.
There it is. Lets everyone know.
You hear Brom say, probably no need for a fire as he's already in the nest with Jackson.
Oh,
Also hanging out around the egg, so probably no need for it. And he pulls a blanket over all of them.
Nice. There you go. They
I
hunkered
feel like
down.
I feel like we should do shifts during the night because I feel like the giants could be like following us.
Right.
Or the mammoth.
So Dross could take the first shift.
Right on.
Cool.
Cool. So Dross will stay up. Torsten, your backpack starts to shuffle a little bit, and a red cloth rolls out, and your good old Java's like, "Is it time to sleep for the night? Just let me down, and we're good to go."
Awful.
Yes, Java, it is time to sleep. Here, I'll set you up
Perfect.
against this nice boulder.
Oh,
Cover you from the
thank
wind.
you.
Are you gonna sleep
Thank
inside
you.
of Java? Torsten?
No, I mean, what's the weather like? Do I need to roll a little perception to find out what the weather is, or
Roll a if you can roll just a D4 4-sider for me. Okay. Sky seemed fairly clear coming up here, but as you guys start to hunker down, it definitely you see a couple of clouds roll in, maybe a light rain starts to happen. So a little rainy, a little rainy.
I think Java, you want to set yourself up?
Oh, of course. And just like it takes a couple of minutes, and this tent unfolds itself and just rolls the red cloth out for you.
God.
How do we know how many people can, or how many people can fit inside the tent?
I have a card for this one. Normally tents are like a 2-person size thing.
Yeah.
This creature now makes it a little bit bigger, so you could fit a few people into there. You probably all could fit in there, the 4 of you.
Okay.
Maybe Jackson could slither in too if you guys were huddled up. But I know you guys are in the caravan already, so you're good, or the carriage already. So, but yeah, the majority of you could fit in there if you wanted to. I know.
Okay.
Not everyone's really hyped to fit in Java.
I invite the group, whoever. Well, I'm about to hunker down for the night. If anyone wants to join, looks like it might be a little blustery outside.
I'm setting up my own tent.
And the crowd
There
goes
you go.
wild.
There
Josh
you
has
go.
a general rule that he doesn't sleep inside of another creature. That's just sort of a
There you go.
rule that
There you
he
go.
lives by.
Yeah.
So he's
No
not gonna
tauntaun
do
Yeah.
that.
sleeping for you. Well, wild.
All right, cool. So you guys set up for the evening. Dross, you're gonna take the first watch then. Does anyone else want to take a watch? I know Caspian did last time because you don't have to sleep very much. But what do you guys? Whatever you guys want to do.
For all of but 4 hours that I need to meditate.
Cool.
I can do the first 4 hours then.
All right. Cool thing. We will. Well, I think you probably want to split it yours in half because you'll be a little too tired if you do
Oh, okay.
a 4 hours. So if you do like 2, we'll say someone else does 2, and then Caspian does 4. You should be set. I just don't want you to be exhausted the next day.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Right on. Someone else want to take another 2 hours of the shift?
If you want to wake Braum up, you got to slither into the nest to get him up, but I'll do it.
There it is. All right, sweet. So Dross, if you want to just give me a perception check for the first watch. If you all want to just roll yours. Dross with his first. Braum's got the second one, then Caspian, you can take that third watch.
15.
21. 15.
22 for my
Nice. Right on. Cool. So we'll start off, Dross. You hear a lot of things going on the other side of this wall. You guys are kind of, I would assume, just kind of like right up against the wall, maybe not too close to that opening because it seems to be the entrance in and out. Yeah, you don't seem to see anything coming out or going in, which is nice. But you do hear a lot of things going on the other side of the wall. But other than that, your watch kind of goes uneventful. You're able to just make sure everyone's safe. Then you wake up Bromwood. Same thing. You hear a little bit less of it, but you do hear some things going on in the city, and it just sounds like just meandering noise. You're not really sure what it is.
Are there
exactly,
voices, or is it all like grunts and like the sliding of feet kind of thing?
Yeah. More of the second. Not a lot of voices. Occasionally you'll hear something yell out. But again, more like a grunting, nothing of note really. And then at that point you're able to rouse Caspian from his trance and have him take over the rest of the evening watch. Caspian, on that, you don't you hear actually, when it comes to your watch, you don't hear a lot going on inside the wall. You don't hear much of anything until I'd say closer to the end. It seems like everything kind of like quieted down in there because the sun is starting to come up. And as the sun does come up, you do kind of catch a glimpse of something coming from like the direction of the forest and coming fairly fast, just coming straight in your direction.
Great.
And you saw this, you've seen this creature before. It's a large bounding blue creature just running towards you and running towards you. Running with all might, all like nothing. He's not letting anything catch up to him. He is running with everything in his life to get to you. And he gets like right up like within a range and see like in clock that you guys are there, and he's just even more intent on getting closer and closer. You know this is Quildor, who you met back at the camp before. And he starts to get real close, and you see even more on him. Like he's generally a very bright blue, the Quagoth or Quagoths or whatever they're called. And you see him, but as he gets closer, you see just like patches and patches of red, and his fur kind of just torn away at parts, and he looks horrid. He looks horrible. But he's just bounding close. And as he gets like real close, he kind of just like lands on the ground and dives up close to you and like crawls the rest of the way. And he's like panting, and he's just like on death's door, it looks like almost.
Jeez.
And none of us are awake except for Caspian, right? I presume.
Caspian is the one that's awake, yes.
I go, wow, you look like you're about to die. Let me finish that. I cast Inflict Wounds. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so you say I do recognize that this is a person I shouldn't be necessarily afraid of.
Correct. Yeah, and he seemed like as soon as he figured out like it was like he was getting close to you guys, he seemed like you felt like you could see in his eyes, it looked like there was hope in his eyes. He's like, I'm going for you guys. Like, I'm gonna get there.
Cool. Then I'm gonna immediately touch his shoulder and give him a level 2 cure wounds.
Dang. Okay.
24 points.
Thank you. That's awesome. Okay, yeah. So you start to see like the wounds on him just like close up as you like put your hand on his shoulder, and the parts that were like ripped away like start to just mend and heal. And he's just out of breath. He's been running, it looks like, tirelessly just to get to you. And he looks up and he thanks you. Thank you. And you remember him as like strong, big built guy, but like not all there when it comes to like just a normal conversation. But he looks at you and he's like I was going to go to Tolfis, but I knew you were close, sir. We weren't prepared for what was in the forest. Oh. And he's just like out of breath. He's like, the Alabaster said I should come to you.
Okay.
And he just like he starts to get a little dizzy.
Oh boy.
And he's just swaying there.
Oh boy. I'm gonna try to reassure him. Say I have not the slightest clue what you're talking about, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Guys, we got a bleeder. I need some help. I'm gonna just yell.
Wake everyone up.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm not gonna leave his side. Oh, I have a bell. I'm gonna pull out a bell. Ding ding ding.
Yes. Get it.
As I'll also pass him some rations that I have.
Awesome. He'll definitely like just kind of like weak. He's still like, you healed him, but he's just like exhausted and weak.
Yeah.
He'll definitely just start to like eat those and kind of like sit up against. He's like up against the wall there and just kind of sit and just eat and breathe. And he's just out of it.
I'm gonna throw the bell at Dross's dwelling specifically because I don't want to hit a creature or a tent creature and then have to deal with that social injustice.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just gonna ding-a-ling-a-ling.
lets out a squeak because you.
You
not enough naughty. No, I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Amazing.
I'm fine with
Amazing.
it. Rats are ugly. I'm against the ugly.
Oh man, that was good. That was a good play.
I ask for an AED. If anyone's got one, clear.
You know, didn't buy that from the shop on the way. That was a mistake.
You brought that in the battery.
Check with Torsten. He bought a lot of things. He might have bought a defibrillator.
Dross runs over there, and she's like, "Hey, what happened? What did you see?"
And he kind of like perks up a little bit while he's just like eating. He's like, they picked our group for the forest because we were made for the forest. I've never been to a forest. I remember. I've never, but they said I was built for the forest, I guess. And maybe not, but that thing was not of the forest, not a forest creature. Something large. I didn't get the best look. It looked like a walking skull with wings. I don't know. It kept throwing bugs at us. I don't sound right. But they need help. The others, they need help. I didn't know go to Tolvis, go see Willow, but I thought you guys would probably be closer. And I would have stayed with them. I was gonna stay with them. And you see, like, he definitely feels like he's like overwhelmed with like a little bit of guilt because he's here and not there. And then he continues, and he's just like, no, but Alabaster told me to come, told me to run, told me to get help.
How far away is Alabaster?
In the forest, just inside the forest. And then, is everybody like up in here now? Like everybody at Coldor?
Yeah, Bromwood kind of rolls out of the tent. Says, Jackson, next time we're at a hospital, we gotta get that checked out. That is disgusting. And he falls out of the caravan.
I hate it. I hate it.
He just leans out.
That's good.
He's like,
That's good.
I heard you mention something about Alabaster. Is that right? Who?
And then he like locks eyes with you, and he's like,
oh, intense.
yeah, she told me to come to you. She said, reach out, find Bromwood.
I was told in my sleep the other night to hang out with Alabaster, meet Alabaster, romance. I can't quite remember what it was, but yeah, it's kind of serendipity reigns, and I'm also looking for her. So let's. How far away is the forest? Is it like a minute walk, or is it like half day's travel kind of thing?
It's like a minute walk, or like half
right
day's
over
travel.
there.
It'd be a few hours travel. It's not like it's not a day away, but it's definitely not like it's only a day away. No. It's not like a day away. But it's like it'd take a couple hours to get there.
Gotcha.
Probably like 4 or 5.
Okay. Braum looks around. He's like, "Oh, you all want to be a rescue party on top of now?" Dross, I know you're not a big fan of side quests, but do you want to go on a little side adventure?
If it's not an egg, I'm all for it.
There it is.
It's
There it
coming
is.
with us though.
The egg is coming
So
along.
you could say it kind of is.
Hey,
I'm
Torsten,
saying
go back
there's
to
a
mine.
lot of eggs in the forest.
A lot of eggs in the forest.
I say we go help him, because whatever's on the other side of this wall, if we could have help.
Ooh, good call.
There you go.
Yeah.
You see Quildor like reaches over to you, Bromwood, and like puts his hand on your shoulder, and he's like,
So strong.
How do you know? Thanks. How do you know Alabaster?
I just heard whispers on the wind. You know, sometimes you hear things, sometimes you don't. And that's one of the things I heard. Said, we got to go save Alabaster. So
Oh,
that's
I meant no. When I met you, you talked to Alabaster.
How
do you know Alabaster?
In the cloak with the eyes?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Alabaster.
she and I share some similar traits that are maybe not too loved by society. So when there's kind of outcast groups, they all come together. We've hung out a couple of
Mm,
times. I think she's real great. Um, yeah, I don't know. I kind of like her.
good,
Not like that. I
good.
just it's just yeah. So
No,
yeah we should. Hey, whoa, so listen, if you're
no,
going for
you're
that,
good.
okay, well, all
Mm-mm,
right.
mm-mm.
Great. Yeah, no, I
No,
think
no.
I think a little rescue mission's in order then, huh?
That'd
You want to
be
ride? You want to ride in the back?
amazing.
You can check out this egg. If you
There's
know
an
anything
egg.
about eggs, there's an egg. It's
Um,
Thorsten's, and he's real protective about it.
yeah, I can rest. Can I rest? Is it okay if I rest?
If you're able,
Able to rest?
sure. You ever
That'd
feel
be
sleepy?
great.
Oh, great.
You don't mind me going into your carriage
Oh no,
and
I'll probably
resting?
one of us will probably be in the back there with you, in case anything.
Perfect.
The way you keep on saying it makes it sound real concerning, but I think as long as someone's back there with you, I think we won't have
Oh,
much of a problem.
no, no. I just don't want to be more of a burden than I'm already being.
Oh, no.
But if I rest up, maybe I can be strong and I can assist with the saving.
Cool.
I
My
can run
estimation,
really fast and climb.
by my estimations, the forest is about a 4 to 5 hour journey away, so that gives you plenty of time to, you know, hang out for a
Perfect.
bit.
Perfect. I will rest. And you see him just kind of get up and he's like creaking like my chair, apparently. Oh my gosh. Thank heavens. I don't think it picks it up on the mic, but it was just like my
Oh, it
knees
does.
almost.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it
does.
does really?
It's
Oh,
creaking. Yeah.
dang. It's a creaky one. But yeah, it's like,
Creaking.
but yeah, that's good. If I just want to emulate, I just go, there we go. Got it. Okay. But he gets up and he like lumbers over and he's just kind of like very slow and crawls in, just boom, slumps down in your carriage.
Cool. Braum will slide him a health potion as well. Says if you're not feeling great when you get up, take a sip of that. Be right as rain.
Thank you. And you see him kind of just take it and like put it in like in his fur. You don't really see where he puts it, but he puts it like in his fur.
Oh, like a
In the-
marsupial kind? Great. Got a pouch? You have a pouch? Anyways, we'll see you when you wake up.
He starts snoring heavily in the back of the cart. What do you guys want to do?
The egg might belong to him for all we know.
I doubt it.
Oh, yeah, all
That's
right.
funny.
You might be right.
Unless he laid it.
He's not a mammoth, so it can't be his.
I'm still rooting for a mammoth.
That'd be funny.
Ye old man.
Mammoth thing. Ye old mammoth thing.
All right, we journey into this forest.
We journey in.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get over there.
Into the woods. Into the woods.
Into the woods.
We milk the cow to get the straw to
That's
buy
it.
the beef or whatever. Oh boy.
That's it. Cool. Yeah, so it's bright and early in the morning. You guys now have a new tag along, Quildor. He's fairly large, so he's kind of just like laying in on and around things in the trying not to disturb Jackson and his nest in the carriage there. But yeah, you can head over toward the forest. Like I said, it's gonna take about 4 or 5 hours, somewhere between that. Getting a little bit more information from Quildor, just like before he fell asleep or whatever, he kind of will just let you know that it was just like they were set up camp just inside the forest on this side. They tried to stay kind of like when they came in, they tried to stay on the cusp of the forest and not the forest. Oh, we have a cat appearance up there. But they tried to stay like on the cusp so they could get in or get out, and they set up camp just inside the forest on this side. It takes you that amount of time. You get over to the edge of the forest, and you're there. You're right at the edge of the forest. What do you guys want to do? Let me get back to it real quick. Actually, it's fairly thick. If you want to, you can bring the carriage with you to come through this, but it's just going to take a little bit of time and maneuvering to get it through. If not, you can. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I'm not gonna say leave it behind, but you can if you want to.
Torsten would like to play his flute.
On the ride there. All right. What's your roll?
43.
Not quite this time. You play a nice little melody. It sounds nice. It's definitely a nice little melody.
I hope it calms our passenger and gives him comfort.
Definitely.
We got a bead at the beginning of this that said you said like makes the carriage invisible or is harder to find or spot or whatever from
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah.
Is it like full invisibility? Like if we leave this thing here, no one's gonna jump it, presumably, out here in the wilds?
It's more of like it doesn't make it like invisible, but it makes it like harder to detect. So it's not something like that like if somebody's passing by, they're not gonna just like notice it for the most part. Kind of my thought process with how it functions is I don't know if you've seen the anime Noragami. Not seen it? Okay.
No, ma'am.
His big thing in that is that he exists and he can interact with people no problem, but like unless he interacts with them, they don't see him. He's just kind of like always in their like periphery. So it's kind of more of like that is that it exists, but unless it specifically is interacting with someone, they kind of just don't really care. It's like just like walking past a tree or a rock or something like that.
Cool. Brahm's like, I think if we leave this here, we should be good to go and explore. I got a pretty sharp mind for where I leave things, so we should be able to get back here pretty easy. Y'all wanna go trucking in the wood?
Cool.
We wood trucking?
All right. Well, Quildor will. I mean, at this point, you probably get him up, or he'll get up, and he'll kind of direct to where he came out of the forest, and he'll just again warn that it's not a creature I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on. It felt like it was attacking us from every direction at all times.
Only one of them? Or are there a bunch of them? Also, how far into the forest did you guys get attacked? Also, you guys like hold up in there? There's a lot of things that could be
what's
going
your favorite
on.
smell?
There's we were in the forest, just in there, and you see him point, and you can see through the forest for a bit, and a ways in, you could kind of see maybe the flicker of a flame, which might be where his camp is. It's still like a hike in there, but like I'd say like the canopy of the forest makes it to where it looks kind of dark in there, but you can still see the flicker of the flame. I like blueberry smells. And I think one creature, but maybe more creature. It shoot bugs. I don't know. There were bugs.
Bugs.
I don't know what happened. But I'll lead the way. And you see him.
I'll lead, big guy.
He'll kind of like lumber through the trees and kind of like push through the brush and stuff, and just start leading you into the forest more. And like I said a second ago, it's like the canopy here is pretty thick. It's very like these trees are huge, tall. I don't know why the music just went wild. If you guys are listening to the music, it's insane right now. Let me see. Oh my
radio.
Gosh. No, it's like this wild final battle of the Dark Wizards is what it says it's playing. It's insane. That'd be I might pull that one back specifically up if you guys fight something here though. Let me find it. Oh, I lost. Oh, I found it again. Cool. I gotta get back into my thing here. 1 second.
Yes, chef.
Whoops.
One.
That one. There we go. 1 second.
Nope. One.
So you you start to get it's fairly dark through here, but there's some light that peeks through these tall trees. And it's the floor in here is kind of like got that like forest moss feel almost, to where it feels like you're kind of like stepping on like a softer moss as you walk through. A lot of different vegetation you can see, different color plants. They're like bright yellows or bright reds or greens and stuff like that. All these different wild plants that grow throughout here, and all manner of trees as well. You think it's not like most of the time you'll see like a forest is like a bunch of the same tree or a lot of the same trees in the same area or a few of the same. This one's just like different trees, and you seem to think it's like they were a self-sufficient like society. Maybe they just grew a bunch of different trees in the same area, so they have different wood. I don't know. It's wild. but you again, you're not traveling very far into the woods, and you start to see up ahead. You can see their little encampment, and there's like a flame. There's a few tents, and it looks like the 3 other party members just sleeping there. There's one that's kind of like sleeping. You can see them kind of sticking out of a tent. And then there's 2 like bed rolls on the ground. And the other 2 are right there. And Quildor's like confused. You see him kind of like break through. You break through the brush area where they kind of set up an encampment in more of like a little open area. And he's looking around and he's just unsettled. He's like, why are they sleeping? They were fighting. And he's just like kind of, go ahead.
Are they within 120 feet by chance?
I'd say by now, yeah. I'd say yeah.
I'm gonna cast a message to one of them, and I'll say, hey, wake up.
Which one?
Oh, is Alabaster? Do I see Alabaster sitting around there?
You do. Alabaster is kind of the. So there's. Well, give me a perception check to see if you do see Alabaster, or know exactly which one would be Alabaster. I guess it should say
14.
Yeah. Okay. So not too bad. There's one that's like an overhang tent that's kind of like a lean-to almost, and you can see a person like kind of sticking out of that sleeping. There's another bigger bed, and one guy is sleeping on that, and then there's a closer, smaller bed that's or like bedroll. That's where you can see Alabaster sleeping there.
I'll shoot her a message then. Say, hey, sleepy, time to get up.
You hear back like, you're here. It's still here.
Oh,
I don't know where. I can't move.
Oh.
Be careful.
Jack Brahman does a slow turn to everybody. He's like, "Oh, brother, we got a situation. What's happening?" And he relays the information. He's like, they seem to be, from what I hear on the wind, they seem to be frozen over there. So, and then he'll look back at our blue friend and be like, "You know anything about paralyzing bugs? Did this happen at all during the fight? Anyone like drop dead all of a sudden, or is this all new?"
It shot arrows too, I think.
What?
It looked like it was shooting arrows at us. And they made some of us sick. I don't know. Huh. And he's like, "Can I go help Alabaster?" And he like starts to like step like he's gonna like run in there and just like help.
And Brahms looks at the party. All right, squad, guns blazing, or so wands blazing, or how do y'all want to tackle this? Wands of fireballing?
I say we let our friend run back in there and see what happens.
I don't.
Yeah,
Brahms like, I don't think that's it.
That's fair.
I think that's fair.
I think we just see what happens.
Wild.
I think that's a responsible thing to do.
Brahm looks back at Quildor and is like, "Well, brother, it looks like it's just you and me going in," and he's gonna like hand on the shoulder and take off into the clearing.
Okay. All right.
With him.
You guys are going in. Okay, you and Quildor are going in.
All right. Quildor going in. Then he throws one look over his shoulder just to see if anyone's coming behind him. He's not totally sure.
I'm pulling out a deck of cards to play cards with Torsten.
There it is. Where is Jackson in this? Is Jackson coming with you? Is he staying with the cart? Or where is he at?
I left Jackson in the cart.
Got it. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
A big threat was in the forest. I didn't want him. He threw a fit for having to stay behind, but he'll come on the next.
Oh, okay. Got it. So he'll be a little passive aggressive next time. Got it.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Perfect. Cool. No one else following, just Quildor and Bromwood going up there then?
So I think Dross is move at like half speed following them. So he'll be
okay.
He'll pretty
just
much
like a
shadowing. Yeah.
Perfect. Just a walk behind. Okay. Cool. Caspian, Torsten, you guys are hanging back?
I think we'll hang back.
I'm gonna follow with Dross.
Okay. Okay.
Following.
All right. Cool. Right on. So we've got
behind me and there's nobody there. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going.
there you go. All right, cool. So Quildor and Bromwood seem to be moving in much faster, and the rest of you guys are kind of like a brisk walk behind. You get close, and you I love perception checks, man. Can you give me another perception check real quick? Bromwood.
Yep. Oh, it's a nat 1. But I'm feeling
Oh,
actually,
dang.
I'm feeling so lucky today.
You feeling a little
So
lucky?
lucky. Thank
Feeling
God.
lucky, punk?
Feeling lucky, punk. I'll do 1 luck roll. I got a 16. Phew.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. You as you get closer, you see Quildor gets right up to Alabaster, and he's like shaking her, and her eyes are open, but again, she just can't move. You kind of like peer over his shoulder, and you see like the other two are not breathing. They're not moving. They seem on the other side of this plane at this time. But so you clock that, and you do see like there's certain parts of like the area, like the patches of grass and like plants that are kind of like a little decayed. There's in the spots that you see that are decayed have like a couple of like flies or little bugs kind of like crawling around and crawling on them.
Okay.
And then you start to hear 3 distinct different voices in what seems like 3 different languages just
Whoa.
speaking at the
Like-
same time.
Like in my
jeez.
head or from around the area?
Just they sound like they're coming from just inside the tree line right near you. You can't clock exactly where, but they sound like they're coming from like right around you.
Brom. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Brom's like, not you guys again. Maybe thinking of something else. He's gonna shoot a message of the Caspian. Any chance you can cure paralysis? Does your god let you cure paralysis at all?
I check my mirror at first,
Your Bible.
My Bible.
and then not. I respond back, not today.
Well, that's.
There you go.
He has no
There it
idea
is.
how. He has no idea how these like divination spells work. He's like, I don't even know what
There
that
you
means.
Yeah.
Okay.
As the rest of everyone starts to like get closer and closer, Torsten, you actually start to everyone starts to hear these voices coming from the like around them in the forest, but Torsten picks up and starts to understand one of them, and you hear it just saying, "You entered into the forest of my master? Why are you here? What do you think you can do?" And you hear these voices. It sounds like, so you hear the one of the 3 sound like is like you understand it. The other 2 languages, you're just not sure. They seem to be kind of just like weaving in and out, but you hear that coming through to you like, you need to leave my master's forest. He put me here to guard from people like you.
I turn to the group and I say, "All right, good news and bad news.
Yeah.
The good news is
Mhm.
1 in 4 chance that one of the 3 individuals are speaking either Celestial, Common, Draconic, or Ronin." I can understand it. The bad news is, what I did understand is we are not wanted in his master's forest. That's all I got.
Okay. I have one follow-up question, and that is, did you just assume that being gender?
Oh, get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Disadvantage on every roll.
Disadvantage on every roll.
What word did I say? What did I say?
He's just said he, but that's
You
all
said
right.
Oh, isn't he just like understood? Just
The,
understood. Well, yeah.
the
I heard.
the voice sounds very masculine, and he says, "I am he, him."
Nice.
I
Okay.
Got it. We're good now. We're good.
I
We're good now.
now feel better about this conversation.
There we go. Good.
So now
Perfect.
I'm getting
Nailed it.
Preferred pronouns in the force.
There you go. Got
They
it.
also didn't encounter them.
I think I read it on his LinkedIn.
There it is.
Nice.
There it is.
Oh yeah, progressive.
What are you guys doing? You have like
Yeah, so all the bodies are on the edge of the forest, right? Like the sleeping bodies, like it was near the edge. Are we pretty?
So
like, how far are we?
You guys came in. Maybe you traveled like 5-10 minutes in, so not too
Okay.
far into the forest.
Where-
But yeah, so it's fairly close. There's kind of like a clearing here, and the tents are up under like the brush, like right under near this clearing. Yeah. But you guys have now entered into just like kind of a little small clearing here ahead.
And from my understanding with the forest, were they going to go through the forest and end up where we were at the broken gate? Or were they going to go through the forest and end up in a different part of the castle? Like,
Yeah,
path?
the second one. So they were going through the forest to see if there was an easier way in through the gate there. They were just kind of going on their like favored terrain going through the forest. And then like the other people were going like across the lake area to see if there's anything over there. It's kind of like also a way to kind of like clear the place out before you get into the main thing. So everyone was like spread out. But yeah, they're going towards the wall. So you guys could have even traveled for the most part along the wall to get to where you are now, and then just gone back a little bit into the forest, and that's where they are. So the wall is nearby. You can kind of see, if you can see a spot through the canopy, you can see the wall itself. It's not too far off.
Do we want to? Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I say Braun mentions to Quildor. He's like, I think only one of them's alive. This is a rescue mission. Do we just get her and get out?
It feels like that's kind of what I was thinking. We should just get who's alive and maybe even grab the other bodies. Maybe they're not dead, and just see if we can get out and regroup at the edge of the forest.
Torsten, the voices get louder and louder. The one that you understand is like, you were sent to cleanse me. I think I have to cleanse you. Come here. Come here. And he starts saying, come here.
Ooh,
come here. Come here. And then like you just start to see like a spot right next to so you guys came in this way. A spot like right next to you starts to shimmer, and what once was invisible drops and is not, and it's standing there, this giant creature. I will say, Torsten, through this whole thing, this interaction, and now seeing like the visage of this creature, it's not the creature you've dealt with in the past. It's not.
Okay, that's where my mind was going.
I had a feeling, yeah, but it gives you a very strong like deja vu. Like this creature reminds you of the things that you've dealt with in the past. You see this like hunched over creature, still about like 15 foot tall, hunched over, a giant bird like skull for a face, and long black wings flow down its back, and it just it creaks up a little bit and looks down at you, and again speaking in what seems like 3 different languages all at once, and looking at all of you just right there. And the one voice that you understand, Torsten, says, "You can still try to run." And then at that point, the bushes from all around you start to shake a little bit more and more, and these shadows take form all kind of around you. And these like shadowy like creatures start to like float right near you in the different bushes. And some of them are pointing, some of them are standing, some of them are just like ready to pounce, but these shadowy like creatures all appear kind of all around you guys.
I'm assuming I am probably too frightened to even really react at all. Like, what the heck is going on?
We're not running away anymore, boys.
Rob's looking for a vibe check right now. He's like,
he's roll for initiative.
Probably you're like, okay.
Rob's like, is this going the way I think it is?
And to clarify, I assume that the entire group sees what's going on. It's not just me individually.
You're the only one that can hear it. Everyone can see
seeing.
it. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Everyone can see this, but you can hear, because
I
You're
mean,
the only
well,
one that
I
speaks the one language that. This time I checked, guys. This time I checked. I
Nice,
checked
nice,
all
nice.
y'all's languages.
I
Made
love that.
sure there was
I
at
mean,
least
I,
a
I, read,
language.
I ready
in
my
there.
I ready my sword because that's just instinct.
Got
I
it.
say
mean,
once-
that's all I have.
Once
I get in a
invisibility
defensive
drops,
position.
can I tell Quildor to get Alabaster out, and then I'm gonna shoot a sorcerer's burst at this boy as soon as it drops. He's like, "Hey, get her out of here!" and just like
Okay.
lightning gun this guy.
Okay. Cool. I will let that roll off, and then we should go for initiative on this.
Ooh.
So let me get
23?
my little pad of paper out because I like rolling initiative like this.
Little P.
Okay, you had 23.
23 on the hit. Please tell me.
Oh, to hit. Oh, to hit. Sorry,
Oh,
my
yeah,
bad. I thought that was your.
I was like,
I
no
was
way,
my
he has
bad.
to look this up. I was like, oh no.
No, you're good. You're good. 23 does hit for sure.
Okay, a humble 9 damage.
Okay.
A little
Let me
energy
write
beam
it
hit.
down. Okay. I'm gonna roll its initiative real quick. What do you have to plus initiative? Anything? Oh, jeez. Okay.
Brahms hoping that Torsten remembers a conversation we had previously where Brahm was like, "Hey, listen, I don't like to be on the front lines. I don't like getting punched. I don't like getting hurt at all. I don't have a lot of armor on. You know, I'm gonna get some back lines." And hoping Torsten remembers that. Maybe I don't know.
Give me a little help. All right.
Yeah, after my dude just
I
shot this guy in the face.
I love
Because
it.
I
Brahm is
shouldn't
on
be here.
Brahm is on my right, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're on my right.
Cool.
I just happened to look to my right for no. I'm looking all around. I look to my right, and I see you looking right at me. You're like, and I just get out of my way. It's flight or fright. Flight or fright right now. I just say, just get behind me.
You see, Brahm is so pleased that he gets like thrown back a little bit. He's like, "Ooh, thank God for that. Thank the patrons for that one." Brahm was looking at his AC and it's 13, so get hit by anything at all.
Okay, so Dross and Caspian, whereabouts would you guys be in relation to like all of these guys? So I've got like Torsten. I'll give you the map. I'll give you the map here in a second. I'm just trying to get it set up over there first. We've got the big creature. Off to its left are like the tents and where everyone like those dead and or sleeping or stunned creatures are, and that's where I have Quildor and Brahm, and then right next to Brahm I have Torsten, kind of like maybe 20 feet away from this big creature. Torsten's face to face with it.
I think Dross would be right behind Torsten.
Okay,
And I know
Appreciate
I was traveling with Dross, so I'm just next to Dross.
got it. Cool. I'll have you guys like next to each other then, right behind Torst. Okay.
The music's getting epic.
Oh, I love it. I didn't even do that.
I keep turning around and I'm like, "Where's that music coming from?" Because I had it muted previously, and then when you guys were like, "Oh, that's a really good song," I unmuted it, and this whole time I've just been like, "Man, that TV downstairs is really loud." I'm muting this boy.
Okay. All right. I will transfer over to the camera then, so you guys can see. If you guys can all roll initiative, that'd be great.
I got a 14.
14. Perfect.
I've got an 18 on Bromwood.
Nice.
Love
Got
that.
16.
18, 14, 16 so far. Sweet.
Everyone
Whoa.
had to do better than Dross.
7.
All right.
This is a good tactical cam here. A little forest setup, a little bird boy.
Did this work? Did this work?
Yeah, this looks great.
Oh, that's
Hey.
Fun little
Thanks.
done.
All right.
Oh, look at
Thanks.
that creature! What the heck?
I'll bring him
boy.
close to the camera
Never
so you guys
mind,
can
Dross
see him.
is
He's wild.
running away.
All right, and then we got Caspian at 7. All right, and then you did 9 with your sorceress burst on it,
Yeah.
and then I will do. We'll do here at. We'll do at this count here. It's those guys.
These big old shadow boys just pointing around.
Yep, just pointing, you know.
Boy, don't point at me. Pointing me in the woods.
All right, let me.
You could definitely do the Spider-Man meme with those characters right there. You could do it.
Right. Kind of great. Let me open this one back up. I just gotta find one more thing real quick before. And that should be good. Okay, perfect. So the creature starts, and he looks off towards you all, and you see he's like got this like melted like lanky body. On his back actually is a bow. So Quildor wasn't completely wrong, but it's this curved dark bow with like bones hanging off on strings. And you see him just kind of pull it out into his hand, and he's holding on to it. And then he looks around, and he actually he won't. He'll shoot. He's going to shoot a shot
From his gun that he also has.
from his
A
gun.
whole gun.
Does he do that, or does he do this other thing? Hold on. He's got one more thing he can do. No, he didn't roll for that. So he will do his bow shot at Torsten. Torsten, you see he's close in front of you, but he pulls out this bow and he looks at you, and he just like reaches into the air, and an arrow shows up, and it's a pitch black arrow with like these gnarled feathers at the back, and he just knocks it and lets it loose towards you. Hits. Oh, jeez.
It does hit.
It definitely does hit. He rolled a natural 20, so that's definitely gonna hit.
Yeah,
Okay, and then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is this gonna one-shot Torsten?
No, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was like, that's way too much damage. Yeah, that will
18?
one shot, but it's not its bow. Okay, cool. You succeed on that. So that's good. But it definitely does hit.
Bromwood rolls a custom one. Like, what are you doing over there? It comes across the screen for all of us.
Yeah, that was pretty.
You're
Oh, we
also
can't hear
muted.
you.
You're also muted.
Fix your
That's
mic.
You're also
Oh my
muted.
God.
You have
Get it
you
together.
have
Oh,
one
man.
strike
That's on
left.
me.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
have one strike
that
left.
one on a D4
One
was
strike.
him not critting you. So, you know,
There you go.
and
There
a
you
little
go.
luck for you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you for pushing you out of the way. I took that arrow for you.
Oh, wait, is that what you did? Did you cancel his crit? Nice.
I
Okay,
got
cool.
luck by just enough.
All right, perfect. So that would have been pretty nasty. It is still 15 damage. So you see this arrow kind of struck
Jeez.
right into your shoulder, and you're like, and you feel like it started to like seep some sort of poison, some contagious something, but you just like reach in it like your paladin might, and you just like shrug it off. But you do take 15 damage from that bow shot.
Yeah, because I can't get any diseases, right?
True, but you also saved on the Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah. So this was
Okay.
it's not technically a disease, but it was you did well on your con save, so no worries there. Then the shadowy creatures start to move in, just surrounding everyone. Let me pull. I have them up. Where'd they go? There they are. Haha! There you are. I'll just move them a little bit so that they're there. This one comes over to Bromwood. This one comes into Caspian.
Hope he doesn't.
This one comes in over to Dross. We've got one coming in to Torst, and then this one's gonna kind of just get in behind here. So everybody's gonna have one attack coming towards them. Let me see where it was to hit. One attack coming towards you. We'll start. Do I have the map up on my phone? I do. We'll go Torsten, Dross, Caspian, then Bromwood is the order I'm rolling in. So for Torsten.
Torsten was the one that just got hit, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Is the thing that's attacking Torsten within 30 feet of me, you would say?
Yes.
All right. Warding flare on that one.
Okay.
So he is going to get disadvantage on his attack against Torsten.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And Torsten, you're going to get 11 temporary hit points.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Almost
Love that.
nullifies.
Right on. Cool. Let me check this one thing real quick. I think these are. Okay. Yeah. So,
that.
yeah. So it's definitely with the disadvantage there. He definitely misses his attack. You see him just kind of get close to you and just like reach out with like this shadowy like claw and try to just rake it across you. But that warding flare is able to just kind of like bat it away and stop it from hitting you. Cool. Real quick. So, Torsten, real quick, just a thing that I forgot to mention about this guy. Torsten, you still saved. You did great on your Constitution save, so you don't have to worry about it. But just being in the area with this creature makes everyone at a -2 con save penalty. Just so you know,
Oh.
he gives off this aura
Jeez.
that just makes you feel weaker. And there's like you see like all these little like tiny little bugs like crawling across, and then you see these also like these shadowy creatures now that have popped up. But all of it just kind of in general makes you feel a little weaker just being around him. And it's within, I will give it to you, it's within 50 feet of him. If you're within 50 feet of him, you have a -2 on con saves. You still saved though, because you rolled amazingly, so no worries there. Cool. So that was the first one. He missed on Torsten. The second one is going to try to swing at Dross. He's going to miss at Dross. The third one's for Caspian. Ooh, that's a pretty high roll. It's a 23 to hit.
Ooh, just misses. No, that hits.
Nay.
So close.
23 to hit. Damage. That is 10 necrotic damage.
Oh.
I don't know if you have any bonuses against necrotic or anything like that. I just
No.
throw that out there so that it's necrotic. And then the last one's
So
against
I do have a
Bromwood.
necrotic resistance. What does that mean?
If you take damage from necrotic something or other, you take half damage.
Oh, half damage. Nice.
Yeah. And then the last one attacks at Bromwood. It is a 13 to hit.
13's my AC.
No.
I know.
Oh man.
It's so
All right.
low AC.
All right. We'll
Whatever
swing
he rolls
at
gonna kill me.
you for no. Hopefully not.
He's so soft.
You don't have a low health, right?
Well, about to find out.
18 damage.
Oh,
Necrotic damage.
wait. No, I'm alright.
I could do my reaction.
Okay.
Am I within 5 feet of Brahm? Am I that close?
Yeah.
I know it's close to
no.
Torsten.
No, you're closer to Torsten, not 5 feet, no.
Worth
Alright,
a shot.
I'm gonna then
You're-
do my psionic power protective field instead. That's within 30 feet.
Yeah,
Cool.
you're definitely there. You're 15 away from him, so yeah.
Alright, I can reduce the damage taken by 1d8 plus 3.
Nice.
Let me do that.
The one hit was more than half my health, so
Yeah. I
Jeez.
figured.
What was the damage? It was
Rolling.
18.
Yeah,
18?
not great. Alright,
Yeah.
so 5. 2 plus 3, 5. 5 less damage.
Phew.
okay. Cool.
More than
So
half.
you feel 5 better. You feel 5 better.
I feel
All right.
quite good.
And in now feeling 5 better, it is your turn. What'd you like
Cool.
to do, Bromwood?
So Misty Step is a bonus action. Can I do that and cast a regular spell in the same turn, or no?
No.
Ah, beans.
You could cast it. You could cast a cantrip in the same turn. If you did a cantrip and Misty Step, you could cast a cantrip, but you can't cast like another leveled spell.
Cool. Yeah, he's gonna do that. He's gonna slam his staff on the ground and be like, "I do hate getting punched in the face." And probably teleport 30 feet. Oh my god! Where do I?
You tell me.
Where
You
do
tell
I
me.
go? I'm gonna pull back line a little bit and try to get behind the
Okay.
shadow guys as far
Oh, okay.
reasonably as I can go, away from the meat and potatoes of it all.
I'd say somewhere out there.
Yeah, that works.
Unless you want to go to like side to side, I just put you directly back.
Nah, that's fine. That's good enough.
Cool.
And then he's going to do another sorceress burst.
Okay. Who you
Yeah.
launching that at? Big guy?
Oh, how far away is big guy?
Oh, good call. Good
Oh.
question. This
Under
map's a
100.
little shorter.
120 feet, right?
Yeah, under 120
Oh.
feet. I don't think the map's 120 feet, so you should be fine.
Okay, cool.
Maybe end to end it'd be 120 feet, but no, yeah, he's under that.
Gotcha, cool. I'll shoot a little orb at him. 25 to hit.
25 hits.
And it's going to be 5 and 6 is 11.
11, nice. So you hit him for 9 and 11, so you hit him for 20.
Nice.
Put those things together and send them home to Johnny Bronze, just saying.
Johnny Bronze. And that's all my boys got right now.
Got it. All right. Brahms' turn is over. Torsten, speaking of Johnny Bruns, what do you got for us, Torsten? You've got a bunch of shadowy little creatures around you, and then a big ol' guy, bird, bone creature staring you down.
We're going after the big bird.
Okay. All right. Well,
we're gonna. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it'll take you a little bit to move up and to hit him, which might give these shadowy guys an attack on you if you move away from them. Just so
bring
you know.
it on. Not even worried.
Oh, you're gonna let him go for it. Okay.
I'm feeling revigorated. So I take a few steps forward, enough to, actually, you know what? Let me stay put. Actually.
Okay.
And use my guiding bolt as my attack.
Okay, for sure.
I'm assuming I'm within 120 feet.
100%. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Awesome.
You're about 20 feet from it, maybe 15 or 20 feet from it.
All right. So 17 to hit.
That hits.
Let's go. So we're gonna do a 4d6 roll here.
Nice.
13 damage.
Right on. 13, and now the next person has advantage on him.
And I do have my second attack, so I'm gonna do. I believe I can do that again. Correct?
No. With spells, you only get one. Your extra attack comes with your sword.
Okay.
Or your whip or whatever. Like that's more melee attacks.
Let me see. Can I do bonus? Your divine.
This music is great.
I do like.
I kind of like this one. This one's pretty solid. I wish I could. I don't know why I can't put this one on like single repeat. Oh, Spotify's just playing with me. Normally you can just have one song keep repeating. I'll just have to keep opening it up.
This one's too good.
It's a good one for combat.
For a bonus action, am I able to use harness divine power, which I can expend a no, because I didn't use channel divinity. Never mind. So I think
you might be able to. Let me check. Your harness divine power one?
Yeah, because as a bonus action,
spend your channel divinity to fuel your spells. As a bonus action, you touch your holy symbol, expend a spell slot, and you regain all expended uses. Wait, touch your holy symbol.
So my goal is to
regain one spell slot. Oh, gotcha. So you used one spell slot in casting Guiding Bolt. Right. So if you wanted to use your channel divinity to regain that spell slot, you can. But that's more of you'd probably want to save that if you're like almost out of spell slots.
All right. I was trying to see if I could use like a second like a second attack on that, but not with not with that. So I'm going to remain on the same ground as well. I don't want to move up. I don't want to move down. I just kind of want to stay where I am. So
I will say just kind of a counter to this guy's -2. Being within 10 feet of Torsten, everyone gets a +3 to all saving throws. So you're technically just at a +1 if you're within 10 feet of Torsten. I just realized I forgot he has aura of protection. So he has he admits the counter aura to this beast that you're facing.
Nice. Thanks, Torsten.
Thanks, Torsten.
You're a real bro.
You're a real bro, man. High School Musical style. Dross, you're up.
All right. So I'm gonna stay where I am, but I'm gonna throw my axe at Big Boy.
Ooh, okay.
So I won't get any opportunity attacks from them, right?
Right, yeah. If you're not
Alright, let's
moving, yeah,
see.
you're good.
All right, Phase Axe has been launched. 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right, now we're
Dang, I
kicking
gave
the
him this
slash.
phase axe over here.
8 damage,
8 damage. Got it.
and then I'm gonna run it back.
Do it up.
17 to hit.
That does hit.
Nice.
He's got a fairly low AC, but
I'm gonna
let's say he's
slash
got a
at
lot
him
of
again.
health.
9 more damage.
Nice.
Then-
Okay.
I'm gonna do a psionic strike off of that last hit. So it's gonna like hit him and then hit him again.
Yep,
So
yep,
we're gonna
yep.
Do another one of those, and it's gonna be another 7 damage.
Right on. Some good damage.
And
That's a lot of
gonna-
damage.
that's gonna be the end.
All right.
Good stuff. Caspian, your turn.
Okay. Let's see here. How many guys are within?
Do, 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 do.
I think it'll be 30 feet. Yeah, how many of those baddies are within 30 feet of me?
5. I'd say all of them. 5, 10. Yeah, all of them. Every single baddie.
Great. Radiance of the Dawn. I'm gonna channel
Radiance the
Divinity.
Dawn.
All of them need to make
Ooh.
a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Okay, let's see here. Con save. I'll just go around it.
Do they
what
have
we got?
negative
Okay.
save as well because
I was
of the
gonna
bad
ask.
boy?
Ooh, good question. Let's see.
Or are they somehow friends? And
No,
They
it
say
doesn't.
attack rolls.
It doesn't work against them.
okay.
Wishful thinking.
That was a good check though. I checked it though. I was like, wait a second. Okay, so all of them. I'm gonna start. I'll just go left to right for me. So the one right on Torsten, the one on Dross, the guy in the back line, back behind you, and then the guy that's over by, who was attacking Roblin. So it's a how much? 15.
Yeah, 15 Constitution.
Okay. Fail. Success. Fail. Success. Fail. So that's all the wraith-looking dudes, and then I guess I'd make the big guy roll too, because he technically is within 30 feet. Let's see what his con is. Okay, but he fails as well.
So every failure is going to take 25 points of radiant damage,
Dang.
and every success will take 13 points of radiant damage.
Wild.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Okay.
Good damage.
Is that like a once every
Um,
long rest kind of move?
3 times. It's my
You
channel
see-
divinity. It's my big
That's
cleric.
amazing.
It's why you
Big
bring
stuff,
me.
yeah. Okay, so
And,
how much was it on a fail?
25 radiant damage,
Got
just
it.
in case these
See,
shadow
this is-
boys are anti-radiant damage people.
Love it, love it. So describe to me how that looks. I just want to get a description of how that looks.
I think seeing that we're surrounded by these creatures of darkness and pure ugly, Caspian is just going to hold his mirror directly up and just catch a glint of the sun, and it's just going to, like Harry Potter Patronus at the lake, just illuminate a dome of radiant light out from his mirror, and
That's
just kind of
awesome.
try to wash over the shades.
Yeah. So you see this light just kind of come out of the mirror and just kind of reflect and hit everything. All of the shadowy creatures right around you immediately dissipate. They're just gone.
Great.
All of them.
Great,
And you
great.
see the big creature himself kind of reel back and then focus in like what just happened. But that was a hefty hit, but it wiped all of the shadow creatures off the map.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Great. Cooking.
Caspian for the win.
Who said it's dumb to play the healer? I also I don't know if this is relevant, but
Okay.
any magical darkness that is around us is also immediately dispelled.
Okay.
So
All right.
if there's anything hiding in through some sort of darkness, that's not a thing anymore.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you. After that, seeing his opportunity, Quildor's going to scoop up Alabaster and take off running back past Bromwood.
Great.
He's got a
Great.
quick speed, and he's so strong he can easily just carry her back. They'll probably get to about here, though. Okay, good turns.
buddy.
Good turns, everybody.
So that was my action.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I thought you were done. My bad. He'll do that after your turn. No,
that's totally fine. For my bonus action, since that wasn't a spell, I'm gonna bonus action cast a spell. Who's hurting right now? Anybody? Anybody hurting?
Brom's pretty hurt.
Yeah.
but
Brom and
he's
Torch
fine.
took a hit so far.
Brom took a hit. Brom, I'm actually gonna do something a little different for you, just in case something else tries to hit you.
Power will kill.
I'm gonna actually give you my Shield of Faith,
Oh,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna raise your AC by 2.
oh, splendid! Up to a 15.
Just hopefully that helps a little.
I hear you, God, going pss, 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 right in my ear, and I'm like, "You better get out. Thank you for the protection, but you better get out of here."
What you hear from my god is just light, airy toots, but they all smell like lavender.
Brom was like, "I hate this. Why would anybody worship this?
I hate this.
I appreciate the defense, but please leave me alone."
All right. Is that
and
end your turn then? Okay, perfect. So then Quildor will pick up Alabaster and take off running past Bromwood. It'll come back up and it's the creature's turn. Kind of just like singed from this radiant light, he's gonna look down at what's in front of him. He'll take one step forward, just kind of staring down the group of you that's in front of him. And you see the skull kind of just open up. It's like jaw, and then out of the eyes and eye slots and the jaw, flies just start to encompass the three of you right in front.
No. No.
I'll
I
make him
say
do
no
one step.
thank you.
We can do one step forward here. And
Ooh,
that is going to be... Isn't he sweet? Here, let me get him up to the camera real quick so you see him. He's kind of fun.
Make him smooch the camera just a little bit, just one.
Look at this.
One little smooch.
Smooch.
Whoa, that is cool.
It's wild. It's got like hooves and like...
that is cool.
He's
Same.
insane.
Yeah, that's dope.
That
Okay,
is
so
a
this-
nasty creature.
Right? Okay, I'll put him up right up there. And then, yeah, he does that. So everybody, well, maybe not everybody, just Torsten, Dross, and Caspian make a Constitution saving throw. You get a +1 because you're close to Torsten.
Great.
Ooh, I got a
16?
nat 20.
Okay, okay.
Ooh.
22.
I did get a 7.
Ooh, okay. I got some coins over here. if you'd
I'm
like.
going to take a coin on that.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
Snake oil
He knows.
salesman over here.
He knows this is not
Holy
the play.
shit. So now I got an 8.
Oh no! Hey, I got some more coins, man. Just
I
saying.
was gonna say Zach has more coins.
Dang.
Yeah. We'll just take it.
Taking the 8. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So. Okay, this is kind of wild. One second, I have to go back to this. This thing is kind of just insane. So I'll roll the damage from this first, and then the secondary effects we will discuss as a group.
Oh boy.
As a group, do we have a say in it?
No.
Oh, well,
Is this Oh, it's not an attack, isn't it? It's a spell. Balls.
Those are some heavy die he just threw down.
Yeah. Yeah.
tungsten
Yeah.
carbide.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die on this one, boys.
I don't think it's that bad. Let me look at your health real quick.
I think you underestimate.
No, I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
Okay.
So the guys who succeeded will take half of this, but Caspian, you take 27 points of
Jeez.
So
What's
that
the damage?
downs me.
That would have killed Brom.
It downs you?
Yeah, I'm at 26.
I'm
I have
on your sheet.
36
It says
max, but I am at 26 because I got hit for 10
Dang.
already.
Oh, you did. You
Okay.
did.
So I'm in
Wait,
death
when'd you get hit?
saves.
When'd you get hit for 10?
The beginning of this, you attacked me with a shade creature.
Oh, I thought I missed with all those. My bad. Yeah, so it's
You
20
hit with one of them.
27.
Yeah, I'm down.
Uh-oh.
Unfortunately, that also means my Shield of Faith is gone. So you're back down to 13 AC.
Well,
Got it. Then the other guys, you take 13 points of damage. Take any damage affected by the spell. Okay, so then also, Dross and Torsten, can you give me? Oh wait, hold on. Let me make sure what type of damage it was. It is slashing damage because these are flies that are just scraping at you. That's disgusting.
Gross. Yeah,
Wow.
That's
a
disgusting.
Really gross way of attacking me with.
Yeah, I didn't think about. I thought it was gonna be like necrotic or poison. No,
Yeah, I
it's
don't know,
it's
yeah.
slashing from bug attacks. Torsten and Dross, can you guys give me a D6 roll? Just a six-sided normal die. Tell me what number you got.
One.
I got a
1.
1 and 2. All right, Torsten. A pain. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me
Great
make
start
sure.
to the sentence.
Let me real quick. Does this take any damage effect? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So a pain grips your mind, and your eyes turn milky white. You now have disadvantage on wisdom checks and wisdom saving throws. And you're technically blind at this point.
Oh,
well,
snap.
for the
Milky?
rest of your
I
life.
was thirsty anyway.
And then Dross, a raging fever
You
sweeps
like-
through your body, and you have disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws,
Whoa.
and attack rolls that use strength. So that's what happens to you. So you have disadvantage on strength-based things. Torsten, you have disadvantage on seeing and wisdom things. It doesn't affect Caspian because you're unconscious. So
Yeah,
we'll just let that one be
whole-
like that. That makes sense.
that whole being dead thing.
That makes sense. So he'll go down there. He'll do that, and then he's the that general area right there also now is just a swarm of bugs. So you kind of don't want to stay in that area. And then he's gonna just jolt up into the sky and fly about 50 feet. No, 30 feet up. But I'm just gonna put him on this little thing here. His wings. I'll come back over here. His wings kind of just like stretch out and unfurl, and he just does one swoop, and he's just kind of hovering in the sky right above you guys now.
That's
Jeez.
cool.
Nice.
That's
start.
his turn.
Unfortunately, very cool.
Unfortunately, very cool. That's his turn. Brom, it's your turn.
Oh, brother. Can I fireball him in the air?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was the target, the surface I could see.
Sure.
Rob's like,
I'm down with that.
Rob's like, can you stop doing that? And yeah, I'm gonna cast fireball at him. So he's got a dex save of 14.
Okay, let me roll that.
That's not gonna be great.
1 second. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the screen so I can see everything. 14 is what I need to save on a
Yeah.
dex save. What's this? Okay, is that? Yeah, he'll save. It's
By
he
how
got
much?
a.
MA.
It's not a lot. Hold on, I gotta remember what he got. He's. I rolled a 13 on the die. He gets a +2, so it's a
Ooh.
15. So if you want to bend his luck by 1, he fails, or 2, he fails.
I
Technically.
gotta get a 2. I will bend
Yeah.
his luck. I'm gonna bend this boy's luck. I'm just burning all my sorcery points. Boop boop. Roll that beautiful D4 bean footage. Unless you want me to roll it, I'll roll it.
Go for it. Roll it if you want to.
I got
I'm
a
down.
4.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so he fails.
Sweet.
Take some fireball damage.
Fireball, 25.
25 fireball
Roll
damage.
nice.
Okay.
Just very like
Okay.
full again.
Dude's got an
prismatic fireball.
anti-aircraft gun just ready to go.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Cannon that I was sitting back with. And what would I have to do to get a healing potion into? Oh no, they're surrounded by bugs, aren't they?
They're surrounded by
I'm not-
bugs.
I'm not gonna run into bug swarm. I don't have that in me. Bronwyn is gonna run up into the forest clearing on his right and get a little closer to the trees over there, and then a little closer to the friends with his movement as well.
Okay. Okay. Oh, over to the right side?
Yeah,
Or the left side?
His right.
Okay.
Should be his right. I don't know if it's backwards on the camera.
Is it this way?
Towards the hand he's holding up, towards the camp. Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay. Cool.
Yeah, that
So
way,
I'll
and
move
then
him.
in a little bit. Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Put you under this little tree here.
He's a little closer.
Cool. Right on.
And
That ends your turn, bro? All right, Torsten, you're up. There is a swarm of bugs swarming all around you. Let me see what this says about the bugs. Okay, and you're currently blind at this point. Sorry. Oh, it says you don't want to end your turn in the swarm of bugs.
So, even though I am blind, am I
Mhm.
still able to make my way over to a fallen comrade and lay my hands and offer some healing?
I mean, that all kind of happened at the same time. I don't see why not. You knew where you saw him fall, and your eyes went milky white. So if you want to just turn and like touch him, because he was right behind you.
Okay, because I do
you
have
can
a
definitely do that.
a level 2 cure wounds healing ability, second
Okay.
level. So
You do. I want to remind you also. You are a paladin, so you have lay on hands, which is just free healing anytime.
where the heck is that? I don't even see that.
In your features and traits, you have lay on hands. It's
The one I didn't hit. Yeah.
yeah. So you can
Yeah,
use. You don't have to use all 30, but you have 30 points that you can pump in, take away. If you use 5, it cures like a disease or a poison.
Yeah, perfect.
But yeah, whatever you want to do.
How much does Caspian need to regain consciousness?
Just 1. He needs 1 to be back up. But he's in
I'll give him
a cloud of
2.
flies. Give him 2.
Let's lay 15 HP
Okay, right on.
on Caspian and leave a little bit in the reserve tank just in case we need it.
Got it. All right, so you pump 15 healing into Caspian. He's conscious. He's on the ground now. You're in a swarm of bugs. It doesn't seem to be very big. Like the fire itself is repelling them a little bit. And it doesn't reach the trees quite. It's like maybe like a almost 15-foot total diameter where you guys are. But you also can't see anything. You're feeling these bugs around you.
So, I don't mean to get technical, but if I'm blind, then everything is dark. I'm just wondering if I can see anything through my dark vision. Or is that separate? No? Okay.
Yeah, that's separate. Yeah.
Okay.
This one technically it says it's like the blinded condition, so you can't see. You fail ability checks that require you to attack, and attack rolls against you have advantage, and you have a disadvantage to attack.
Okay.
At the end of your turn, you get another chance to save from this, but it's at the end of your turn.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I think I can't see, so I can't attack with any type of, sword or anything like that.
Right.
Am I able to use Daunting Roar? Because that's where.
Okay.
You don't have to have your eyes open for that. We'll see
Yeah,
if maybe
yeah.
creature will succeed on a wisdom saving throw and become frightened. of me till the next turn.
Okay. I will say you can use that. The last thing you saw was this guy spit these bees at you, and you don't know where he's at. So you don't know if it'll affect him or not. But I'd give it to a roll to see if it starts affecting some of the bugs.
Okay.
Like
Yep.
honestly, if you want to use it.
Absolutely.
Spook these
Cool.
bugs.
So,
Let
so
me,
you just
um,
gonna have a wisdom
Yeah.
saving throw.
Let me do a bug wisdom saving throw and see how that looks. Okay, I hate this die. I need to get new dice. Yeah, so believe it or not, Torsten lets out a crazy roar, his daunting roar, in hopes to like affect the creature and scare him a bit. But he doesn't know that the creature took off way out of the range of his roar. But instead, with this roar happening, these bugs start to just scatter. They start to just like clear up, and he like manages to clear up the bugs. That's insane. I rolled a nat 1, so
Nice.
Ah,
I roll a nat 1 like
Right here.
every. It's insane. I don't
So
understand.
that was that the bugs that was near Dross too, or is that just like one group of them?
I'd say the bugs
In
dissipate.
general,
They're
nice.
gone. Yeah, the bugs are gone.
Torsten for the win.
Yeah,
Trying
had
to
it been
help you.
anything,
Love to see it.
had it been anything other than a nat 1, I would have been like, they kind of start to like go away, but like roll now. Okay, the bugs are gone. Like,
That's a
get the
solid
bugs out.
roar, you know?
That was good. Good roar. Good roar. All
yeah,
right.
I have a lot to prove.
Yeah.
What do you
So I
want?
think-
You've used your action and your bonus
Yeah.
action, but do you want to move anywhere? You're kind of like
I
blind.
would have
so.
said, yeah. I think I'm going to take a few steps back just to.
Okay.
I mean, just by pure default of I can't see. I'm falling back a little bit. So.
Okay.
you
Are you
know,
gonna
maybe
step like
5-10
Pat?
feet?
Okay, so like behind Caspian here
yeah.
then? Okay.
Yeah, behind. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's your turn. Goes to Dross.
All right. What's the distance? So you said it was 30 feet in the air. So
Yep.
Is that like 50 feet from me? Like, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say about 50 feet. Yeah,
Okay.
because you're about 15, 20-ish from the base, and then he's about 30 up. It looks a little higher because I don't really have an adjustable height
Sure,
thing. I just
yeah,
put it
yeah.
like at 30.
All right. I'm gonna try and throw my axe at it. I'm gonna be at disadvantage, unfortunately.
Okay.
Up to or no, it says 20 feet, but then disadvantage 60 feet. That's within that range, right? It doesn't start at 60 feet.
Right. It's
Okay.
it's 60 feet and beyond. Or no, it is 60
Yeah,
feet.
it's 21 feet would start
Yeah.
disadvantage.
100%.
Okay.
100%. But also, you have disadvantage already from just having a fever at this point.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I just rolled twice. 18
Oh,
was
okay.
my lowest to hit.
18 will hit.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna slash
That
at him.
phase X, man.
I know, I love this thing.
14,
14
alright.
damage. I'm gonna do my force attack right now on this one, just in case I don't hit him again.
Okay. Okay.
I think that is possible, so I'm gonna do that. Another 10 damage.
Okay.
I'm then
Jeez.
gonna take my
24
second
damage?
attack. Roll twice, 21 and a 27, so 21.
Dang. Yeah, that'll hit.
Poke this guy.
He's looking a little beat
Another
up at this
14
point.
damage.
Wow. Okay.
And then, listen, can I do my action surge and then attack again? Is that
You can definitely do that.
let's do it. I can't find it. I know it's a thing.
Wow.
There it is. No? There it is. Okay. All right, I'm gonna attack again. Let's see if we
Mhm.
can keep this up. All right, 2 dice throws. Got a 23.
Oh my lord.
Keep
And a
going.
24.
What the heck kind of rolls are these? That's
And
crazy.
we're gonna
Yeah, that
slash him again, baby.
All right.
8 more damage.
8 more. All right. Wow, yeah, he's looking pretty beat up.
All right. I think that's.
Technically, I will say
is that enough?
technically action surge gives you both of your attacks back.
Does it really? Then you know what to do?
That's how I
Wondered.
play it. I think
No,
that's
I
how it
wondered.
should be.
I wondered, but you know
Mhm.
what? I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna try again then. So we're gonna
I would
have
say that's how that
24,
works.
20.
Let's just try to hit him again.
Wow.
No way.
15.
Oh, 15? Let me see. 15 hits as well. That's exactly his AC. So you hit
love
him.
to see
Get 'em.
it.
That's crazy.
Bird.
7 damage.
That's crazy. 7 damage? All right, I'll put that on there.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
he's
on.
looking-
Actually, hold up. I just rolled a 2. Let me go in my traits here.
Oh yeah, he can
You can
reroll his damage.
re-roll a 1 or a 2 on a damage dice with melee weapons and wield with 2 hands.
There you
That
go.
is what I have. So I'm gonna re-roll my attack, and it's another 2, and that's.
Okay, so then that one
Did
sticks.
I roll
Okay, got it.
I think that one sticks. Yeah, that one sticks.
Yeah. Okay. So
No, I'm done.
1. Okay. All right. Yeah, he's pretty darn beat up at this point. But he's still alive. He's still flapping up there. And Caspian, it's your turn. You've been brought back to life. The bugs have been dispelled.
Yeah, that's great. I can see this douche canoe.
Yes, he's in the sky.
Great. How far?
You're right next to drop. So it's about 50 feet is where we're at right now.
50.
Yeah, he flew up 30 and he's about 20 feet away from you guys. So he's 50 feet up. I'd give it that.
Oh, great.
Not
This
not
hits
doing
at
my
120 feet.
Nice. Okay.
Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse.
Yeah, I was not good about to do my Pythagorean theorem.
How far over and how far up?
He's something there.
17 to hit.
That hits. You guys are
Great.
cooking this guy.
I'm going to do 16 points of radiant damage with a level 3 guiding bolt.
Hey, yo. All right.
Okay. All right. He's hanging on. He's doing not great.
Yeah, and that's all I can do.
All right.
I'm just waiting for this thing to whip out a coin at some point.
I got a handful of them here.
Yeah.
I should have used one on the bugs to reroll. Dang.
Hey,
Yeah.
just a speaking of
Bugs.
coins, just a random question. Does a coin count if I ever want to re-roll my D100?
No.
No, it's more of like a
No.
D20. I have it for more of a D20 situation. Yeah.
It's worth an ask.
Yeah.
I would have used it every day.
No.
Yeah, I use all the coins and I just have all of them.
I
That's
would
why
have.
I got 2 right now, so this feels good. What is his other attack, real quick? I'll just make sure I'm looking at the right thing.
For reference, the distance is 42 feet. So
Perfect. Thank you
I
for
know.
doing the Pythagorean theorem for
thanks,
us.
Google.
Let me roll real quick to see if he gets his fun little bug breath back. He does not. You guys live to survive another day, apparently. He will, though, now swoop down on the group here. Did you stand up, Flub, Caspian?
Yes, I would have used
Okay.
a movement.
You
just to
have
stand
movement
up.
stand. Okay, gotcha. He is going to swoop down at this crazy speed because he's got like insane movements. He's got technically a fly speed of 60 feet. So he's going to loop down behind Torsten, who's kind of blind at this point.
Jeez.
And he kind of just like swoosh. You feel this like gust of wind sweep over you, and you can't see, and you're like, "What's happening?" And then from right behind you, he just swipes at you with his claws.
Oof.
Let me see
At
if
who,
he
at
can
me?
hit you though. No, at Torsten. He flew down behind Torsten here.
Well, warding flare, since he's now swooped down by us.
Ooh, okay. So disadvantage.
Disadvantage on his attack, and more importantly, 11 more temp hit points to Torsten.
Okay, I don't feel as bad
Okay.
swiping at Torsten then. Okay. What do we got here? Okay. I gotta roll at disadvantage. Oh wait, but he's also at advantage for blind Torsten, so it's just a straight roll. Right? Okay. So then that one, he gets 2 claws. He whiffs the second one. The first one does hit though. D6. So 8 damage. He kind of just like slices across your back. But then the warding flare kind of bats away his second attack there. Yeah, and then he's going to I think that's what he's gonna do. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna stay. Well, maybe he moves a little bit. Nah, he's gonna stay right there. The next on the list would have been the shadow creatures. They're all not here. But you start to see some of the brush off on the side shaking a little bit, and right at this point, out of nowhere, comes a charging mammoth who slams into the side of him and slams into the side of him
Oh my god.
and knocks him off to the side ever so
Incredible.
slightly.
Oh,
And then sweeping out from the other side, you see this armored tail of a creature, and it smashes into the other side of him, kind of just leaving you guys with a little bit of an opportunity of, oh man, this he's just getting battered from all sides. It goes back. It's a little throwback to the last episode where you guys literally, I rolled a nat 1 on both of you guys, like kind of like,
Yeah.
hey, to the mammoth and the ankylosaurus.
Yeah, buddy.
And they both have tracked you here, and they came to your rescue. Not rescue. You guys are doing great. You don't need a rescue, but they came to help at least. So,
Love to see it.
the mammoth charges into the side. I'm gonna see if he even can hit. It's just a mammoth, so we'll see.
it's not.
Okay.
just a
Hey, look
just
at
a
me.
mammoth.
Look at me still rolling nat 1. So he shows up and he gets in his face. And then the ankylosaurus, he rolls pretty low too to hit, but they're there. They're here for moral support.
Great. Dang.
All right, that passes their turn.
Mammoth
Rob,
is
you're up.
huge.
It's a big old mammoth.
Same size.
Yeah, big old mammoth. But Brom, you're up. You're surrounded now by an ankylosaurus, a tree, a mammoth, and a giant bird
Cool.
creature.
Brom was gonna cast Chromatic Orb on the big boy.
Okay.
Roll to hit first.
Cool.
15.
That's the AC.
Great. 18 damage on this one. It was a
Nice.
level 3er.
Wow, that's good. 18 damage. Let me see what he's at then. Oh man, you see that orb just kind of like shred up his back, and now you see his arms are now holding off a mammoth, and he's got one foot back on like the head of the ankylosaurus, just kind of holding them off, and this orb is just like battering him. He is within an inch of life.
And in that case, could I? So that was a regular spell. Could I quicken spell on a cantrip? As well.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not.
Cool. I'm gonna do that as well. My last little sorcery spark, and I'm just gonna sorcerer's burst him.
All right.
I do a little more damage. Do the calculation. I think an 18, 12 plus 6.
Cool.
And then it's an 8 and a 4 for 12. And when you roll an 8 on sorcerer's burst, you can roll another d8, and you can do that.
Oh wow.
For however many times you want to.
That's silly.
16 total on the sword.
And tell me what you do to destroy this creature here.
Oh, dope! Cool. I'm gonna do something where the chromatic orb comes like straight at him, and as that's flying in, 2 little like sorcery lasers go pew around the side and clock him in like the side of the dome as the big one hits him in the head.
Nice.
And after like all the smoke clears and everything, you see his eyes just completely burnt out. Like there's nothing. They cooked everything in the skull, and it all gone.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, so you see that it's like cooked it all, and then his body kind of like crumples. The mammoth like it pushes through, and the ankylosaurus knocks, and so like it ends up just crumbling to the ground. And you see those creatures kind of just like wandering now through the forest. They think that we've done our deed, and they just kind of like wander off through the forest there. But yes.
Real quick, before they wander off, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals from my ring and say to the mammoth, be like, thank you so much for the help. We're just trying to get you out of the giant camp. If you want to follow us, we're coming right over here. My one little cat friend over here has got a real liking for you. So I'm gonna do that what you will. If you want a dramatic exit as a mammoth in a forest, you can do that too. But if you want to come along, you have the option. Anyway, thank you so much for the help.
Nice. You hear back kind of like an animal, just like, thank you for freeing us from the giants. We didn't really want to be there anymore.
I get it.
we're now free. So thank you. Maybe we meet again. And like
Maybe.
like it just kind of like so maybe we'll see a mammoth again.
Cool.
Maybe we'll see the mammoth. Maybe we'll see the ankylosaurus again. We'll see. But they just I had to bring him in. You know, you guys did so well. with
Oh,
last
that was
time.
amazing.
Had to bring him in.
Is there any way that I can roll for animal handling and just throw a lasso around the mammoth to see if I could keep him? Because I already picked out a name for him, and I want him.
I mean, you can try if you want to try to throw a lasso. It'd be I'd give me a dexterity check, or I guess animal handling. You could go with animal handling if you'd like.
When he does that, can I firebolt the rope so he can't?
Oh,
I'm kidding.
He's like, oh,
Sad.
So that's a pretty good animal handling check.
It actually is a really good hit. Yeah,
it's a good animal handling check. Yeah,
it is.
So
it is.
You're just going up to the mammoth as it's walking away and throwing a rope at it, though. Is that your plan? I'm just checking. I just want to see what your plan is.
Either around. I mean, it's a big rope. So I mean, around.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Tusk, a leg.
Yeah.
The head, anything, the trunk, anything that would keep it.
Got it. I think just after having that little conversation with Brahm, it's not going to take too well to getting just roped all of a sudden. So that's a good check. You definitely got the rope around it. Whatever you roped. But for it to stay, it's going to be now not happy because it was just excited about being free, and you're trying to not free it. You're trying to unfree it. It's like, you freed me. Thank you for freedom. And then you're like, here's a rope. You're not free anymore. So I think that's the moral quandary there. It's just that it's like, so you definitely roped it, but now it's like, wait, what's going on? You see it like backing away, and it's like pulling back.
Well, I throw the rope, and I'm like, and obviously it stops, and I go to take the rope off. Listen, I just wanted to stop you before you left. I just wanted to reiterate, like, you are more than welcome to stay and join our group, rumbled Tusk.
You see it like now that you take the rope off, it's just kind of a little confused, but okay. And then you see it kind of like it like goes down like its front like legs like lower, and it like reaches its trunk up and just kind of like puts it on your mane, like on your head, and then like kind of just like a sign of respect, like it respects you, and then it gets back up, and then starts to turn and like walk off back into the forest the way it was gonna go.
That's so sad.
Yeah. Again, you may see him again. He respects you guys. You guys saved him.
All right.
He was hoping for more of a heroic help there, but you guys didn't really even need them. They were just like, let's show up. I had it written down like they show up here at this point. And it's like, all right. But cool. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't tame the mammoth. He's kind of done being tamed at this point. But possibly in the future.
We might see Rumble Tusk again later.
Oh, apparently I woke up my kid when I went, oh! From the basement. That's wild. I love it.
Nice.
Sorry. Yeah, you might see Rumble Tusk in the future. Now we'll write that down.
All right.
So we have Rumble.
That is fun to say. I don't care what Reese Man says. It's fun to say.
I
also,
genuinely...
You're muted.
Yeah.
You're muted. You
muted.
No.
Discord muted. There it is.
Braum was gonna be like, you could have just told me to talk to the mammoth for you. You didn't have to like, I could have talked. Yeah, we could have said something.
You sent them on their way before we had a chance to talk.
Oh, hey, they were going. I didn't send them anywhere. They were on their way.
By the way, you're welcome for pushing you out of the way in the very beginning of this.
Oh, thank you so much. You know I hate getting punched in the face, and we started the fight with me getting punched in the face. So I just had to step aside real quick. So sorry.
Sorry.
Is there any loot to be had here, or is it better just rendezvous back to cart?
Is there any loot to be had?
That's a Braum 2 tourist thing. It's like, is there any loot to be had here? It's not really my thing, but you seem like the type.
Yeah, we're definitely looting. That's for sure.
So, where the shadow creatures were that Caspian just kind of like obliterated with his radiance, there's like a small pile of ash in each spot, or like a black dust ash, something like that. In each of those spots, they just got eradicated. The creature itself, when it falls, its bow stays there, and then the body of it kind of just like disintegrates also into like an ash. And some parts even like you see the body like turn to ash, and then the bones turn to bugs, and they just start to crawl away. Like it's disgusting. It's this nasty thing, except for the skull and the feathers from the wings are all still there. So there's
Taking
the
both of those.
yeah. So there's the skull, the feathers, and then the bow that he was using. But then also, there's just like the ashes
Are
from
there
everything around.
any
it, so.
leftover arrows?
No, so you saw right at the beginning, he was
Yeah.
creating arrows out of
Oh.
nothing. He was just like
Oh, yeah,
manifesting these things and sending them your
I'm
way.
not sure if he kept a few in the
Contagion
quiver.
arrows.
That's cool. That's cool stuff.
I would like to scoop
hey-
up the feathers.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
As,
no, easy enough.
As I'm like one eye closed, still bleeding,
Yeah.
just holes and
Yeah.
everywhere.
And I will say, now that he's like gone and dead and gone, the blindness and the like fever that Dross has, like you guys are, it starts to go away. It starts to fade. Torsten, you start to see again.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But I like milk in my eyes.
Milky eyes. But yeah.
Brom can scoop up that bow if nobody else wants it. He's probably gonna
Perfect.
give it to Cool Door.
Oh, cool door.
Like
Nice.
a Bromwood. I'm like, hey, is Jackson interested in any of these bugs?
Honestly, now that you mention it, and then you hear Jackson like sloppily like sprinting his way through the woods, and he like bursts through the clearing and everything, and he's again a little smaller than he was. He's a little drier than he was recently, and he just kind of leaps and starts eating things up. He starts like
Nice.
sucking on the bird bones. He's not interested in the bugs very much, but it's a big old roast turkey for him. So
And
There you
and
go.
I am
There you
gonna
go.
collect some of the that little evaporating dust in one of my
Cool.
vials.
Sounds good. Sounds good. From the big guy or from the shadow creature, or both? Little both?
A little bit of both. I'm assuming they're
Okay.
pretty much the same consistency.
Yeah,
you're
definitely.
keeping it for like a sand art vial. Back in the day, you know, you put the little toothpick in, you make a little like mountain scape out of it. Little art.
Yeah,
know what you can
yep.
trade-
Where you
you
have to
never know
like
what you
pour it
can
in there. Yep.
trade.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got
Yeah.
some of the dust. We got some of the feathers. Do you guys want to do anything with the skull? And then you got the bow. So we got that down.
Yeah, we'll pick up that skull.
Taking the skull
We'll throw
too.
it in.
Cool.
We'll throw it in. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
And
I
also,
will mark down
as
that
a
you got those things.
celebratory, as we're all kind of catching our breath and the mammoth's gone and I'm sad, I pull out my bagpipes and try to play a little tune for everybody.
Nice. Nice.
Brom requested, didn't you?
I like the way you celebrate, and you know what? I'll join you too. And Brom will pull out his pan flute and start doing a little jolly tune in the woods.
There it is. There it is. And just like that, you guys have saved saved. There's two that are probably dead, laying over there. We can revisit those guys next time. But you guys fought off the big creature of the woods. Thank you for going and saving this group. I set it up. I didn't know if you guys were going to do it or not. And I was like, well, if you guys chose not to, I made this map for nothing.
Whatever you guys-
But that's okay. That's all right. That
Whatever
happens.
happened to
up
the guy-
trees.
I literally all of that I crafted today. Like, and
Incredible.
well, today and like last week I started working on it. But yeah, it's just like styrofoam that I poke trees through it. So
What happened to our
Responsibility.
friend that came running to us in the beginning?
Coldor,
Well,
Yeah.
Coldor, he scooped up Alabaster and then started taking off back to the so he's probably back at your caravan there, and we can revisit that next time. But we're gonna wrap it up here for the stream for this evening. We are
Real quick,
not gonna be. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I would like my voice to boom up to 3 times as loud as normal for 1 minute.
Thaumaturgy. Got it. Perfect.
Yep.
He's booming. Everything Torsten says for the next minute is just absolutely loud.
Great.
Almost like a lion's roar always. Kind of great. Love it.
Nice.
But we will not be playing next week. We will try to meet back up the week after that.
yeah,
But
whose fault is that?
I'm still gonna stream next week. That's
Peace,
good.
man.
That's good. I'm still gonna stream something next week. So if you guys want to come hang out and play a game, feel free. We'll see you then. Cool.
Cool.
Everyone, have a great evening.
Thanks, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Ooh.
D&D.